I'm Luke with Out of Darts. Today, we are launching a brand new product. This is the Koda magazine. Let's get going. This is our latest offering. This is the Koda Mag. Designed by my buddy Eli Wu and injection molded in China, this is one of our new obsessions, let's say, here around game day and around the shop. This is a very unique mag for a couple of different reasons. First, it is extremely durable, and that is one of its biggest selling features. This thing is made of 33% glass fiber nylon, and it is easily the most durable mag that is in our hobby. In addition to being made with a durable material, it is also a one-piece slide mold, meaning this entire centerpiece, the main body of the magazine, is one solid piece. Essentially, this entire internal part of the magazine here is a slide. So when this is made in an injection mold, there are two halves of the mold that's sandwiched together like this, and essentially a little finger or a slide that goes all the way up into the end, and it displaces that space inside. What that means is there is no glue to hold this together, there are no solvent welds, and there are no snaps. This makes for a more durable product and ultimately a much easier one for us to produce. Our previous product, the Tachi magazine, was a really big success and we were really excited about that. We've still got those on the shop, so if you like the curved aesthetic, we do still have those in two colors. But this was sort of the next logical step, which was to get a higher capacity, short dart mag that didn't require so much work on our end. The Tachi magazines come in two pieces when they come from the injection mold house, so we actually have to assemble those in-house, and that's proven to be quite a bit of labor and ultimately a lot more errors and issues than we would like to see. Now, if we ship it out the door, we know they're going out just fine, but we have more defects in here, so you will have seen the B-grade listing over time for ones that didn't get glued quite perfectly and other various issues. Eli is a very talented designer, and I was really excited to work with him on this again and have him help get this produced. So huge thanks to Eli. Obviously, he gets a portion of each of these that are sold on the shop, and he's been a really tremendous partner here working with Out of Darts. The Koda Mag, Koda being short for Kodachi, which is a type of sword, has another meaning, but I'm not going to tell you what that is. I want to see if anybody can figure it out. And I will say it's technically a misspelling. And this plays to another hobby, or let's say another skill that both Eli and I share. And I'd like to see if anybody can figure that out in the comments. Should be fairly obvious, but let's see. On the sides here, you can see we've got the Out of Darts logo, and on the glory side, we've got Eli Wu's logo, which is super cool. I think these mags turned out tremendous. We just went to Maryland Mayhem a few weeks ago, and I played with dozens of these for all 3 days of events. That's including tournament, the competitive scene, the HVZ, and finally the Superstock game, and they fared very, very well. I ran actually almost 20 of them in the HVZ, which was pretty cool, so I was just dumping them left and right. And we played hard with these things, and they have been extremely, extremely durable. Ultimately, Eli really designed these mags to keep up with the insane rate of fire that Momentum has, and yes, more on this coming soon. I will have a separate video, and we will be launching this summer, I promise. But these mags are a natural fit for this beautiful blaster. And whether in full, semi, or burst, these keep up. And that was probably excruciatingly loud, but thank you for Perry. He will drop that volume down to a tolerable level. The magazines will work in virtually every Talon compatible magwell out there. The magwell, just like the Tachi, is just like a Talon. However, there are a few exceptions. We've heard that the FDL has too large of a pusher to fit through our feed lips. So for anybody that's got one of those, I'm sure somebody can come up with a fix, just make a smaller pusher. It can't be that difficult. And then we also know that they won't work in blasters like the Lepus, where the retention of the magazine is reliant on the larger flared out feed lips that are on a Talon magazine. And this is just something that was sort of unavoidable with how we wanted to design the mags and how we wanted them to feel. We like the flat profile, they stack better, and ultimately we've had very, very good luck with the Tachis, so we were excited to bring these to market. We are currently only producing these in gray. However, one great feature of nylon, and you may have seen this around online already, is that they can be dyed. And I have never dyed plastic or a t-shirt. I've done, I guess, tie-dye, but I've never dyed plastic in my life. And I want to say that this just went fabulous for a first run at dyeing these magazines. Now, if you're interested, let me know in the comments and we'll do a whole video tutorial on specifically how to dye these magazines and how I dyed these. But essentially, you can dye dozens of these mags for a $5 bottle of dye and a spare pot on your stove and maybe a container. It really is a very simple process. I am quite partial to either this blue or this purple, but I would like to try a few more, maybe a half dozen, 10 more colors before doing the tutorial video. Ultimately, I think this is a really great way to customize because virtually anybody can do this at home. It doesn't cost a lot, and then you can customize your magazines so that when you're out in the field, you know it's yours. You could blend the dyes together and really opens up a lot of options. We may in the future even do a lighter color than this, sort of the natural material. That way people can dye them even brighter than they can in this way. But we chose ultimately this light gray because it can both be dyed or it can be left in its natural state and has a nice color to it. We're not currently selling these mags dyed, but if you are interested, leave a comment down below and we'll consider it in the future or possibly look at seeing if there's another community member that really wants to jump on it. Koda holds 23 darts and that is 23 comfortable. We wouldn't recommend cramming in any more as some people often try to do. It is also compatible with all of the extenders that we previously had for the Tachi. However, it's worth noting that if you do extend it, you are going to reduce the rate of fire, so we'd recommend the extenders for maybe up to 10, 12 rounds a second instead of something like 35 like this guy can shoot. I can't say that 35 is very practical. Thankfully, Eli has made this adjustable now, so I generally run that down closer to around 20 rounds per second because that's a really nice tight 3-shot burst. As I said, these are compatible with most blasters. One great compatibility we did find is the Dart Zone Max Dictator. You put that in there, you get almost the same as the flip clip that comes with it, the double 12, which would be 24, and this is 23. And you also get slam fire. These are available now on the shop, and we are really excited for these to get out in the community, see what you do with them, see what you dye with them, and we just like having another option. There's nothing wrong with the Talon magazine. They are great magazines. These are just the next cut above. Thank you again to Eli for your phenomenal designs. It's always a pleasure working with you, and I can't wait to get our next project out as well. More to come on that soon, and until next time, I'm out of darts. Hey, real quick, so if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, we have a monthly newsletter. You should definitely sign up. It's down in the description below. I don't want to take up too much time, so please sign up. We'll never send you spam ever, I promise. Thanks.